Hey, what's up everyone? It's Aubree and I'm back with another What's for Dinner. I'm bringing you 4 meals I cooked for my family this week that we all enjoyed. I hope you'll stick around and watch, and hopefully get some meal inspiration. This night we needed something easy, so we are just going to have some breakfast for dinner. I'm starting out by browning up some bacon in a frying pan. While my bacon finishes cooking, I'm going to cut up 2 potatoes and then an onion. I'm dicing these potatoes into bigger chunks, and I am going to make some home-style hash browns with them. Once the bacon is done cooking, I'm going to put that on a paper plate with some paper towels underneath just to soak up some of that oil. And then I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to the pan just to get a little bit more oil for the hash browns to cook in. Then I'm going to add the potatoes in first. Now I am going to wait to add the onions in because if I add them in too soon, they will burn, and I don't want that to happen. And you'll see that I actually added them in a little bit too soon, but they were still really good. To season the hash browns, I'm just going to add some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and I didn't show it on camera, but I also added some red pepper flakes a little bit later on. And I'm just going to give that a stir and then allow it to keep on cooking until it's browned and delicious. And I don't think I got it on camera now that I'm looking, but the onions do get pretty dark, but again, like I said, they were still really good. Now I'm just gonna bake some of the jumbo flaky biscuits from Aldi in the oven, following the directions on the can, and they came out so good. These were really good. Better than some other, I think I usually get the Southern Homestyle kind, but these were really good, so I think I will get these kind from now on. When the hash browns were done, I just set them to the side in a bowl, as you can see here, and then I'm going to add a little butter to the same pan to, get some of those flavors from the potatoes. and cook up some eggs, just enough for everybody to have a couple. So on this night, we were really craving some salads, and we got some ingredients to make some pretty big salads for dinner. So I'm just going to season up the chicken with some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and then this Kinder's Blackened seasoning. And I'm going to pan fry my chicken until it's cooked through, and then I'm just going to set it to the side and let it rest until I'm ready to cut it up to put on my salads. Now you see me slicing up an English cucumber. I'm just going to slice those up into half moon sized pieces. Next, I'm going to slice and quarter 2 Roma tomatoes. I love the way Roma tomatoes taste, and they are not a bad price either. These are how my husband's and my salad looked after they were all done. I added the chicken on top, then I put some croutons, some shredded cheddar cheese, and I use the Italian dressing, that's like the Olive Garden kind, and then I put the ranch on my husband's salad. My son had chicken nuggets and some salad on the side, but he is just not a big salad person or blackened chicken person either. My husband and I really enjoyed these, and we look forward to making new salads in the future. This was my favorite meal by far this week. So I just took a bag of dried pinto beans and I soaked them overnight. I just covered them with water and then put a lid on the pan or the pot and then soaked them. And then I drained them and rinsed them out. And then I'm gonna spray my crock pot and then put the beans into the crock pot. Now this is I believe Tuesday morning, and I asked my son to help me film, so that's why things are a little shaky, but he did the best that he could, and I think he did a pretty good job. So when we were in North Carolina, we stopped at this little shop and we got some of this bacon, so I'm just gonna put that in with the beans and let it cook all day. It tastes really great. It has an awesome flavor. I cover the beans and bacon with about 9 cups of water, just to make sure that everything is covered. I almost feel like I added just a little bit too much water, but it was still really good. You see it? The bottle?
Not the whole bottle. Now I can. Oh my gosh, that's some cinnamon.
Garlic powder.
It smells weird. Onion powder. Sprinkle razzle dazzle basil. Shazzle. With the little S sign at the end. Then you gotta use some pepper. Now it looks like a creek. Oh, that looks so good.
I end up cooking the beans in my crock pot on low heat for 10 hours because I'm going to be at work all day. I feel like I cooked them a little bit too long, but they were still really good. I keep saying that, they were still really good, but they were still really good, maybe just a little tiny bit mushy. When I get home from work, I peeled 2 potatoes because that's all I had left, and then I pulled out a couple of my red potatoes to cook along with my russet potatoes, just because I wanted to have enough fried potatoes for everybody. I love fried potatoes. It really reminds me of my great grandma when she would make this meal. And so anyway, had to have fried potatoes with pinto beans. So I am just cutting these potatoes into half moon shapes, and then I'm going to fry them up in some like Crisco, some vegetable shortening, and the only seasoning I add to this is a little bit of salt, and that's it. They were so good, and I was unsure how the red potatoes would cook along with them, but they turned out good as well. So it was such a good meal. I'm so glad that I made it.
I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling. I'm so deep down, and it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire if it gets too dark. I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, yeah, I can carry all that you've got. Two heavy hearts is not a lot. I will put out all of the fire. We stumble and fall, and it's not a lie that I die.
Now in my house, you cannot have pinto beans without some cornbread. Usually we use the Jiffy mix, but the store that I went to was all out. So I chose to use this Krusty's cornbread mix. We had never tried it or used it before, but it was good. We really enjoyed it. I think I almost liked it better than the Jiffy mix, which is kind of crazy. It was a lot more expensive than the Jiffy mix brand. I think Jiffy mix is like 43 cents or something per box, and this was, I want to say it was like over $2. I'm not sure, but it did have a really good flavor.
I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I am running for you. I am running for you. I am running for you. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. I'll be your light. Your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light.
The last meal I'm going to show you on this video is some teriyaki chicken with some fried rice. So we just picked up some teriyaki sauce and we are going to marinate our chicken thighs in the teriyaki sauce. I'm also going to add some minced garlic. Once the chicken thighs are all covered in the teriyaki sauce, I'm going to make sure no air is in the bag, and then I am just going to put it back in the refrigerator to let sit all day while I'm at work. Alright, so this is after work and I am preparing my fried rice. So I am just going to add a little bit of olive oil to my wok. I've never cooked with a wok before, but my husband picked it up from Aldi, so I decided to give it a go. I'm just going to add some mixed vegetables, the entire bag, to the wok, and I'm going to warm them up. They were frozen. And then I'm going to add my 3 cups of rice. Now I had made this the night before so that it was cold when I cooked with it. They say it's better to cook with cold, like leftover rice, so that's what I did. And I'm just gonna stir this up with the mixed veggies so it can get warm and start to kind of like meld together. Once it is all mixed together and the rice is no longer cold, I'm gonna add some soy sauce. Now, one thing I usually add when I'm making fried rice is some sesame oil. Unfortunately, my husband could not find that at the store that he went to, so we just made it without. It was fine, it tasted good, but I really was missing that little bit of sesame oil in the fried rice. I do add a little bit of garlic powder to season it up, as well as some onion powder. I do not add any salt or pepper because the soy sauce is salty enough. Now I'm going to get started cooking my teriyaki chicken. I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil to a heated pan and then start cooking my marinated chicken. And I'm just going to let this cook until it's cooked through and it's a little bit brown on each side. Now it's time to add the eggs in. So I just pressed my rice to the side, added a little bit of butter, and then scrambled up 4 eggs on one side of the pan. And I'm just going to do this until the eggs are fully cooked through, and then I'm going to mix it all together. This is how the chicken looked when it was finished. I just sliced it up and put it over my fried rice. It was so good. The only thing I wish I would have had was some yum yum sauce. We were also out of that, and my husband couldn't find that at the store either. But overall, this was a great meal for dinner. Thank you so much for watching this week's What's for Dinner. I really hope you enjoyed it and found some meal inspiration for you and your family. If you liked it, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to my YouTube family if you haven't done so already. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll be back with another What's for Dinner next Sunday. Bye-bye!